Hello, welcome back. Today's video is going to be me. Hello, hi, how you doing? Doing my makeup with just one palette. And that palette, what is that palette? Can you guess? You don't know? Don't worry, I'm about to tell you. It's the Benefit Cosmetics Game On Glow palette. It's actually called Game On Glow Mini Cheek Palette, but I'm going to use all of my face. Because we're only using one palette, that means that we're not going to use any foundation, no concealer, any of that. The only thing that we are going to use in addition to this palette is mascara, because I can't use powder products on my eyelashes. I mean, no. I think it will be fun though. I hope it will be fun. It's going to be very simple, but I want to try and make it just a little bit more interesting than just literally bronzer, highlight, blush, mascara. So let's see what we can do with this little palette here. Hello, hi, good morning, how are you? So I actually got a new mic yesterday, so if you can hear that my sound has upgraded, that is why. It's the newer. I don't actually know if it's pronounced newer or newer. I pronounce it as newer. I'll attach a photo, but it is a VM10 microphone and it is such an upgrade. I feel like the microphone that was in my camera was very quiet. A bit like the background noise, the white noise, you know, little noises in the background were very loud. There were a lot of like white noise and background noise when I weren't talking, so it was just distracting. Like, I wouldn't want to watch a video on YouTube or anywhere that has lots of background noise, so I'm not going to do that to you. I'm not going to expect you to sit through a video with loads of background noise and things like that. So hopefully this upgrade with the microphone is enough for now. It is starter friendly, they said, so we'll see. I did test it out yesterday by filming like a little short video of me stood at different distances, and then I listened back to it and it were perfect. So I'm hoping that when I'm doing this video now that it's going to stay perfect, because otherwise I think I'm going to have a mentee bee. I'm not going to spend all this time doing a video for it to turn out rubbish, you know, sound quality wise and whatever. So let's just pray, okay? Let's pray. If you are watching this and it means that everything has gone to plan and I am happy with the sound, or it means that I've spent far too much time making this video to just not post. Also, side note, but I'm really sorry if I'm going out of focus all the time, I think I might have changed my camera settings by accident, but I haven't got time to change them right now, so we're gonna make do. Okay. Here is the palette that we're going to be using. Literally 3 shades. We've got a bronzer, a highlighter and a blush. Well, that's the highlighter and that's the blush in the middle. Let's crack on, shall we? I don't think this counts as using an additional product because this is skin prep, and we know that's important. We know how important that is, and there's no compromise in there, you know. There's no let's beginners makeup without the skin prep. No, there's none of that here, honey. Okay. So I'm using the L'Oreal Paris Revitalift Filler Hyaluronic Anti-Wrinkle Serum, and that is all I'm going to use for the skin prep. Just a little bit, not too much. Although I do like to use a little bit more than maybe other people use, just because I have really dry skin. And in winter, it's even worse. It's so dry. Like Sahara Desert dry. SpongeBob Outer Water dry. Once I've like rubbed it in like that, I like to just pat it in as well, just to make sure that we're getting everywhere. And really like working it into a skin. So I feel the best way to do that is to press it in, because I don't know, maybe it's psychological, but I just feel like it's really getting into my skin. So I prefer to do it this way. I am just going to use a bit of the eye serum as well from the same line. So this is a Revitalift Filler Eye Serum. It has 2.5% hyaluronic acid and caffeine in, which is amazing for anyone with puffy eyes specifically. But this like 3-ball applicator, I can't even tell you, man. I can't tell you. Because yesterday, please don't, because I know, I'm ashamed of myself, okay? I already know, I don't need telling, but yesterday was the first time that I'm actually trying this eye serum. What is my excuse? I don't have one. Why have I not tried it for so long? I don't know. I feel like I get really overwhelmed with just how many beauty products there are to choose from, skincare products there are to choose from. I tend to stick with just what I know. But the more time that I'm spending, you know, creating YouTube videos, the more I'm kind of like getting out of my comfort zone and wanting to try new different things. So it is beneficial. It is beneficial. But yeah, as I was saying, yesterday was the first time I'd ever tried it, and it is so cooling. The applicator with the 3 metal balls on the end, it is so soothing and cooling. It feels like a massage for your eyes. It's so beautiful, so nice. I have tried quite a few eye products, eye creams, eye serums, things like that, and this is by far my favourite, just from the applicator alone. It's superb. Super! I'm going to start by taking the first shade in the palette, which is Hula. Of course, the OG bronzer from Benefit. And I actually think this might be too light for me, so we're going to see. We're going to see. And I'm going to start with my cheeks here. With it being a bronzer, I do like to kind of follow the shape of my cheekbone, but then go up, blend up. Which you do with contour anyway. I mean, I do with contour anyway. And in my personal opinion, I think that is the best way. Same for bronzer. Except with this, you want to kind of like make it more, kind of apply it in more areas than you would with contour, or I would with contour personally. Because with contour you kind of keep it really concentrated on this, you know, the specific area that you're contouring. But with bronzer is designed to like give you that beautiful sun-kissed bronzy look. So it makes more sense to me to apply it in larger areas. I do still apply it in like the same areas that I would with contour, but I'm just not as precise with it. I shouldn't have done down there because it's not contour. Oops. And with bronzer as well, I kind of like just do it down the middle of my nose, just with the excess, because I feel like there needs to be something on my nose to kind of match my cheeks and my forehead. I will not do my jawline with bronzer because of course it is bronzer, it's not contour, so it's just going to look muddy or dirty, or like I'm wearing foundation that isn't the right shade for me. So I will avoid that, and I do avoid that when I'm doing bronzer only. This brush probably needed cleaning before I started doing my makeup, but I'm just a girl, okay? I'm just a girl. I feel like my makeup always looks so weird if I haven't got foundation on or concealer underneath, but this is a challenge, okay? It's a challenge. Challenges aren't supposed to be just a walk in the park. So we're gonna stick at it. We're gonna just see what the outcome is like. But at the moment, my skin is terrible. I keep picking my skin. It's a massive problem for me. I get like really bad cystic acne. I've got HS and just bad skin in general, I'd say, from different issues, different problems. But I do feel like even the bronzer by itself has really like drawn the attention away from all my blemishes, and it's just kind of subtly, not too much, but it's subtly like evened the tone out weirdly. I'm not sure if it's the serum or the bronzer or a combination of both, but I'm loving it. I do like it. We're going to move on to blush now. This is shade Shelley. I have never tried this, but it is like a peachy, pinky, corally kind of shade, which normally I would try to stay away from. I prefer the deeper blush colours. My actual favourite for like natural looks is Bally Baby. That's from Colourpop Cosmetics, and it is just gorgeous. It's a cream blush as well, so that obviously is better. It's way better for my skin because, as I've said, I'm dry as fuck. We're gonna apply this right here. I feel like with the bronzer I've made like a shape like this, so when I'm doing my blush I like to put it exactly where that invisible curve is. And I've told you this in another video, but I'm going to reiterate it. When you're doing your blush, try not to smile. I know everybody used to say smile when you're doing your blush, but we're not going to do that, because when you smile your cheeks are going up. When you're not smiling, your cheeks are then going to go back down, so the placement of your blush is not going to be where you put it or you were expecting it to be. And obviously you don't walk around smiling 24/7. If you do, then that's fine, do what you're doing, but me personally, I don't. So that's why we have our resting bitch face when we are doing our blush, and that will give us the placement that we are looking for. I think I have major blush blindness probably, but I just love blush. I love having flushed cheeks. So use what you like, but I'm going to use a lot. And who wants to be boring and basic? Nobody wants to be boring and basic. If you do, you're on the wrong channel, because we're not boring and basic over here. Sorry. Because I have blush blindness... Because I have blush blindness though, I just work my way up. I build it up. I don't go in with loads of products straight away. I just build it up slowly, gradually, carefully, but still loads. This is so weird because in real life I love it, but on camera it looks like I've got some kind of rash or infection. It's all part of the learning process, it's all part of the fun, and it's all part of the challenge. So it's fine, don't worry, it's fine. Nobody said you had to use this palette anyway, so do you, it's fine. Use a blush that you like. If you wanted to try this, you know, quick easy makeup with just one palette, you can use whatever you like. It doesn't have to be one palette, it could just be 3 different products. Use your favourites, okay, because you're going to love the outcome. But if you do a T&E special over here, then yeah, you're gonna look like you've got some kind of rash going on. Hopefully we can fix it, I don't know. I'm not actually really bothered, because like I say, it's all part of the fun, and it is what it is, you get what you get. Now, because I said that I wanted to do something more interesting than just literally doing bronzer, highlight and blush on my cheeks and then whipping some mascara on and bye Felicia, I am going to use these shades to do some eyeshadow. I don't know how wise of a decision that is, but we will soon find out. So I'm starting with the shade Cookie, which is the highlighter. I'm going to apply that to the very, very inner corner of my eyelid. I am going to be messy with this because it's highlight, okay? I want that sparkle all over the inner corner. And slightly into the crease, above the crease. See, already that looks so pretty to me. Ugh, love it. Then we're going to take our blush shade, which is of course Shelley, we've just used that, and apply it to the middle section. Not too much. And we're just going to take a bit more of that highlighter and blend those two together. And finally the bronzer shade, which is Hoola, just for the outer section here. Really quick, but I think it'll look really nice. It just looks like you've made an effort when really it takes no time at all. Which is what I'm all about. I'm so busy at the moment. There's so many things going on, so many different things going on, and I need quick routines. I'm not the same woman I was a few years ago where I had like 4 hours to spare to sit and do my makeup. I literally don't have that now. And I'm not complaining, I absolutely love the progress that's been made in the last 7 years. I love how far things have come in my family life, so I wouldn't change anything. But if by some miracle we could work out a way to get more time into the day, that would be amazing, because I still feel like there's not enough hours in the day. 24 hours just doesn't seem to be enough.
which sounds like I need sectioning, but seriously, like 24 hours in one day, it's not a lot. It's not a lot. Come on now, we could all benefit from some extra hours, I reckon. Finny. Immediately, that's made me look less ill, because with the cheeks, it just made me look like I had a rash. It looked a bit dodgy. But now, adding the highlight and the blush and the bronzer to my eyelid, it's really like tied it all together, which I absolutely love, because how quick was that as well? How quick was that? Super quick. Next, it's time to apply highlighter with my dusty musty highlighter brush. It's not dirty, it's just, you know, it's just one of those brushes that's been destroyed over the years with rough cleansing, so it is now my designated highlighter brush. It's not a highlighter brush, it's an eyeshadow brush. So we are not going for 2016 vibes here, we are going for subtle. Nothing against 2016 makeup, I absolutely love it. That is just the reason for me being alive right now. Dramatic. But I'm just not going for that today, so we're going for subtle. Here. And here. The top of my nose here. And I also like to just do the end. I don't like to do like a line down. And a tiny bit on my Cupid's bow. And just a tiny bit with the excess on my chin. Voila! Okay, we're now nearly done. I just want to add a tiny bit of the blush shade Shelly to my lips just so that it's cohesive with the rest of the look. I am running out of time, so I've got to really quickly wrap this up because I need to go collect my son. So we are going to really crack on with this now. Just a little bit for a subtle tint. Now for some mascara. Have just been and brushed through my brows, and I know I wasn't going to use any other products. I know I said I wasn't going to use any other products, but I feel like at this stage, with it being 2025 and just, you know, how far the beauty industry has come, lip gloss is something everybody has. Lip balm, some kind of lip product. So I am just going to use the Fresh Kiss Glossy Lip Balm from Colourpop Cosmetics. This is a new scent shade flavour candy cane, and I'm just going to apply that over my lips, and that's all. And of course, with it being winter, it is just exactly what your lips need. I couldn't go out without some form of lip balm, lip gloss, lip product on my lips. Because as we've been through this video, my skin is dry, my lips are always dry, especially in winter. It is the worst for my skin. So yeah, overall, I feel like this is a really cute look, really quick, really fun, really easy to do. Time saving. We're not about the time consuming looks, this is time saving. I just think it's really simple, but it just makes you look that little bit more put together and not like you've just dragged yourself out of bed for the day ahead. It's subtle, but we're all for it. I feel like this was really fun to do. I want to do this with a new, different palette, maybe one that's just being released or is due to be released. So yeah, if you have any suggestions on that, let me know in the comments. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe if this channel is your vibe. Love you. Bye. Mwah.